G'day and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to show you how you can use a ball to go after some of the hidden aspects of your ankle flexibility that you may not realize are holding you back. Traditionally, we tend to look at a lot of ankle flexibility in regards to bending your ankle backwards and forwards. And because we often look at ankle mobility in that way, we're often looking at the tissues at the back, particularly the calf muscles like your gastroc and soleus muscles, when looking for clues as to why your ankle may not be bending and flexing as well as you think it could be. But sometimes if we take something like a ball and go hunting around the ankle itself, we can find hidden aspects that might be restricting that ankle range in ways that you may never have realized. While the gastroc and soleus muscles at the back in that calf area can genuinely be something that's restricting you, there are other things that you may not realize that could be limiting your ability to bend your ankle into that dorsiflex position that you might be missing without even realizing. So what I want to go through today is I want to show you how you can use a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball to go hunting for some of those hidden restrictions that might be in there in that ankle, limiting your ability to bend your ankle normally, and hopefully add something to your ankle mobility routine. So the first area we want to look for is the area directly behind the shin bone that runs on the inside of your leg down past the ankle. Now there's a muscle in here called your tibialis posterior muscle. It travels down through here behind your ankle bone and has a strong effect on the arch of your feet. So it goes without saying, if you're restricted on the inside of this leg, then it can be something that limits your ability to bend and flex your ankle or rotate your ankle in different directions. You may never know it's here unless you go looking for it. So all you need to do is take that ball, start anywhere from just behind the shin bone. We just want to push that ball into the tissue as hard as you feel comfortable. We're going to move it up and down. Now the exercise itself, we're not necessarily rolling around to free up the tissue. You can move the ball around looking for anything that feels tight, stiff or restricted. But the key with this is once you've found that, you want to pause on this area. You can put as much or as little pressure through that as you feel happy and safe to do. But then what you want to do from there is you want to incorporate movement into this exercise to essentially shear that tissue past underneath the ball and feed some slack into the ankle joint, allowing you to move further instantly. So again, you can move it backwards and forwards, you can turn your foot up and down. All we're looking to do is just encourage more normal motion through the joint by attacking some of the specific handbrakes that you may not have realized were holding you back. And then again, once you've found that spot in particular and you've had enough, you feel like it's freed up a little bit, move it down a little bit further towards your ankle. Just keep hunting around for any of the areas that you feel might be restricting you, and then spend a little bit of time working backwards and forwards through this until you feel you've made some significant changes and things feel like they're a little bit looser than what they may have been previously. And then once you spend some time sort of fishing around up and down all the way through that ankle and all the way up through the side of the shin up into almost to the top of the knee, really, depending on where you feel some of that restriction might be, we can take the same approach that we've taken on the inside of that shin to the muscles down the outside of that leg as well. Now these muscles are traditionally a little bit more well known. They're the peroneal muscles. There's a whole bunch of tissue that runs down and crosses the ankle. And again, if this is tight, it can also limit your ankle mobility in a number of different directions. So we can take the same approach. This time we can take the ball and we can pop the ball underneath the shin on a surface that you feel is hard enough. So you can obviously do this on the floor if you feel flexible enough, but sometimes if you can get your leg up into this position, you can certainly hunt around the outside of that leg looking for the same tightness that you found on the inside. Same idea as before. We want you to gently put some pressure through that as much as you feel happy to tolerate, and then we can get you to gently bend and flex that foot once again, looking for any particularly gnarly spots. So again, we don't want to just go backwards and forwards and bias that dorsiflexed or plantar flex position. We also want to try and pull your foot away, really elongate those peroneal muscles, that peroneal tissue. Any direction that you feel is warranted is going to be useful because we're trying to shear free whatever's restricting you through those ranges. And again, once you've had enough of that spot, keep hunting around down lower towards the ankle. Make sure that you found a spot that feels specific to you. If you haven't done this before, if you've never looked at these tissues before, you've never had a massage through these tissues before, they may be very tender for you. So please be very gentle. But same deal as before, we just want to get you to bend and flex that foot, move your ankle in all different directions until you feel like you can free up that tissue in a way that traditional stretches maybe aren't addressing for you. And then once you've had enough of that, we can actually turn our attention to the muscles at the front of the shin as well. And when trying to free up the tissue through the front, you can absolutely do this on a bed or a surface that you feel is easy for you to get up onto and that feels comfortable and soft enough for you to tolerate it. I like doing this down on the floor. You're welcome to join me down here if you feel like this is appropriate for you. This can be quite tender for some people, so please choose the surface that feels the easiest for you to access and the most respectful to how your symptoms feel. Again, we've worked on the outside of the shin, we've worked on the inside of the shin. We're not basically pushing through the bone, the shin bone down the front, but just off to the outside of that shin bone is the tibialis anterior muscle. That tibialis anterior muscle runs down the front of your shin and then crosses the ankle into the top of your foot. So if that is also tight, it can be limiting your ankle's ability to plantar flex. But interestingly enough, if it's also very tight at the front, it might also be limiting you going back into dorsiflexion as well, where it might be getting in the way, or it might be causing a restriction that might be limiting your ability to bend with the muscle at the same time. So again, all you need to do is take that ball. We're looking to work all the way up and down the front of that shin. Again, be gentle, be respectful. Start up the top if you can, put a little bit of pressure down onto the top of that ball. Same deal. It might be worthwhile being on your knees if that's comfortable for you. It does give you a little bit more range of motion to be able to bend and flex your foot, just to improve the ability for you to shear that muscle free. But again, as we're working down lower and lower into the shin, you might find you need to be a little bit twisted around to really hit the tibialis anterior muscle as best as possible. Same deal. Once you've found it, just try and bend and flex and twist that ankle as much as you can. Much like the previous two techniques, trying to find ways to gently try and get that tissue to mobilize and free up, again, in a way that traditional stretching just doesn't tend to address. And again, be gentle here. It can be quite tender. Same deal. Just keep working down, hunting around for the areas that feel meaningful enough to you, and doing it for long enough that you feel like it starts to free up and mobilize without necessarily feeling it becomes too awkward and too tender. And then again, once you've done that, it should automatically feel like there's a little bit more range of motion for you to work with. And it goes without saying that if you are trying to improve your ankle flexibility, it's well worth your time doing some of the regular calf stretches. But the other thing that a lot of people don't necessarily realize when you're trying to mobilize a restricted ankle is you also need to make sure that that joint capsule is not stiff as well. A stiff joint capsule is one of the main things that I would say clinically as a physio that limits people's ankles from moving the way that it should be moving. Now, I won't go through that stretch today. I'll leave it for one of the previous videos that I've done on this topic, and I'll link that above here somewhere, and I'll leave a link in the description. But take that ball, hunt around, see what you can find, more importantly, see what you can change and improve upon, and let me know in the comments down below how your ankle range of motion felt after doing that particular strategy.